see the number 11 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Coming out with it, it's Graham. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. To the air, it's Ncaa. Quarterback extends the play. He's going to go for a big one. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Gets the back moving. They'll go back to the air on second down. This time he's got it. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and then bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this...
Trying to beat the D deep. Snatch it up for 30 and still running. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The late hit moves the ball up 15 yards. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. DB's right up on the receivers. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They grab the early lead.
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hold it. Finds his man on the left. Shakes off the defender. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Looking for a man. It's Russell. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. The short hands. It's Horton. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense up front? Their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got a man. It's Horton. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
This is exactly why this guy is your QB. He does such a great job of buying time, has such great speed, just stresses the defense. What do you want to do? You want to blitz me? Sure, I'm going to scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass. He's just posing so many problems and so many headaches.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The sure hands, it's Williams. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Russell. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete to the left. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Nice pitch and catch. This receiver and quarterback have done this thousands of times. Finds the open man, throws a strike. The receiver does the rest, gets into the end zone.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for the tie with the extra point. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. Tie game, and what about this call? Going for an onside kick here in the first half. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. back out there. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. With the catch, it's Tate. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that for him.
Oh, he's got some space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Now you know why you do all of those squats, all of those deadlifts, extra time in the weight room.
No doubt. Get that lower body strength so you can shed people off. What a great job smelling the end zone and getting in.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tide offense rolls onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Back to pass, it's Russell. On the move to his left. On the run, fires downfield. On target to the left. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy in the offense?
To the air on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He'll throw it. Got a man. It's Horton. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Here's the handoff. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
To the air, it's Russell. Keeps looking downfield. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be fourth and short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Alabama trying to convert this fourth down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to seal the edge on the right. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll move the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the first half. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. And they can't punch it in with a 1st down run, and the defense has 1 stop.
Well, they try to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it, but the defense...
Trying to get in the end zone, and the ball is loose. And he gets back on top of it and averts disaster. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just enough time for 1 final play in this half. Quickly complete. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Back to throw, it's Russell. Trying to make, turning it on. Oh, what a cut. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Alabama!
It's so nice to be an offensive coordinator when you got a guy that can do this. What an unbelievable job. Scrambling around, buying time, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to call it, running a long way and scoring a touchdown.
Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll break up this drive with the pass. Spot a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab, it's Peoples. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field.
Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
The one thing I love about this defensive coordinator is that he has a lot of different exotic looks. He's not just going to rush with 4. He's not just going to rush with 3. He's not just going to blitz linebackers. This guy's blitzing DBs.
And that last incompletion leaves this offense facing a 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Throws for the tight end. Complete in the middle. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
Man, just find ways to find the big fellas. Those big tight ends are huge targets for the quarterbacks. The throws are usually in between the numbers. That makes it pretty easy. Usually sure-handed guys like that just come across the field, make...
Fires the pass, intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Look out, he's got room. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the 1st down.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll get rid of it. Working on the right. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Quick pass on the fly motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
The toss sweep to the right. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. unleashes one. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
What a disappointment. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Really nice job by the quarterback, dropping back, understanding. He knew his wide receiver was going to drag across the middle of the field. Good timing, waiting for him to come open, hitting him with the strike.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on third and short from the 29. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Finds his big tight end. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Buckeyes line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Gets rid of it. He's got it. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking to throw on 1st down. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Hard running there. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. And they kneel down for a 2nd time to drain as much time as possible off the clock and set up their kicker for the game-winning field goal attempt. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. And they'll take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. Wants to throw. It's Ncaa. Skips away from pressure. Going for 6. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Who can you count on those big moments? Who can make those big plays? Who do you trust? And they trust the receiver to run a go and to run right by the DB. He makes the play, breaks the tie, takes the lead for this football team.
Looking for the 2-point try. They want to throw it. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And they're not on the same page there.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires on the move. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. The defense makes... Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. They're going to try an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Back to pass, it's Ncaa. Can find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and they force the incomplete.
Off the play fake. Starts to scramble to the left. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Well, the offense is being aggressive here in their opening possession, trying to throw the ball in the first 2 plays. They went incomplete first down, and now they take a sack on 2nd down. This is not going to script, and they understood it was going to be a challenge against this defense, and I love the fact that they're going to be aggressive trying to throw, but the execution has got to be better.
Pocket breaking down. Makes the grab at the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Man, what makes this offense so difficult to defend is they've got receivers that have speed and that can separate. On the first drive of the game, they found a soft spot in the middle of the field, and they took advantage.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pressure coming. Snagged in the middle. It's Tate. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need 1 more yard. Just going to keep it after the snap. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Decision coming up here. I'm kicking a field goal, though, David. First drive of the game. You want to pay it off and just put some points up on it.
Well, and see, I'd go for the touchdown because here's the thing. I'm going to make them go the length of the field, almost 100 yards. Even if I get stopped, I'm starting this game aggressive.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Quarterback making adjustments. To the air, it's Simpson. Got his man to the left. On the move at the 30. Running free. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run. It's not just eat clock. It is...
There he goes. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll try the run. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
On the move, he fires. Makes the catch. It's Fields. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
Big time throw in that last play. You know, you think about great Notre Dame quarterbacks. I think back to a couple of Joes. Joe Montana, Joe Theismann. They'd love what they'd be seeing right now from this kid. He's got arm talent. He's got accuracy. And because of that, he gives this offense the ability to light up the scoreboard.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Completed pass, but it not only goes nowhere, it goes backwards.
Nice job by the quarterback knowing where his answer was against the blitz and against man coverage, picking up that completion.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Quarterback now breaking the field. Quickly out to the tight end. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
That's caught. It's Horton. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. That's caught. It's Horton. And this one will be... for no gain.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
He'll pull it down and run. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up 4th down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered.
Yeah, and I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. That's caught. It's Horton.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Miller with the ball. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Trying to get the corner. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
On fourth down, looking to pass. He's going to run it. Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide.
And this offense, they don't want a field goal. You can tell. They want a touchdown. They want points. Fourth down, going for it. And how about the QB, man? How about the poise? Dropping back to throw the football. Nah, it's not open. Nothing there I don't feel comfortable with. But he absolutely pulls the trigger, makes the decision, tucks it, and gets the big fourth down conversion.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go right back to the run. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. It's first down from the 11. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown Tide! Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Grab into the end zone for the 2, and they push that lead out to 8. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score, and it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. This is ultra aggressive, still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense could do. You have got to make them pay for gambling.
Power football with the run. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
A first down run on the doorstep. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Carr. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Under fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cuevas. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Going to try to get it himself. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you can tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
He's moving out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. And he's dragged down.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The offense changing the play. Now sliding to his left. Got a first down. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. They'll immediately call timeout. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Working that left side. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll line up to go for 2. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Alabama.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the... And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
That makes the score Alabama 15, Notre Dame 7.
They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. One more snap coming before halftime. To throw, it's Carr. All kinds of time in the pocket. Down the middle it goes. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. Offense rolls onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. Buying some time as he moves left. Got out of trouble and throws. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. A lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt him.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Dances away. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
That is the exact energy they talked about at halftime. Like coming out with right now for this defense. You're trailing, but it's a close game. It's a one-possession game. Come out and set the tone. That's exactly what they did.
Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The Tide with the 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He might want another play. The toss to the outside. Breaks into the open. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
Dropping back, it's Russell. Looking for space to the left. Got a little space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I mean, you talk about calling a pretty...
Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. short of the first down.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Steps away to find some room. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's going to take off. Still running at the 40. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. Wants to throw on 1st down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws. Catch in the middle, it's Bernard. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and he gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. He wants to change this route. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. Plows through the defense. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found.
And how about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. He'll pull it down, and he'll slide after picking up the first down. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Quick completion to the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll go with a direct snap. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Quarterback looking for just a crack on the sneak. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to throw it into the end zone on third down? The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. And after that stop from the defense, they're still on the 2, and now it's third down. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Moves away as he feels pressure. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're over looking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
Might be changing the route. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. And they'll send out the field goal unit.
On the field goal.
Never a doubt. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the first half, going for the onside kick. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Throws to the tight end. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. At the 40, there he goes. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Catch in the middle. It's Sharp. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him.
Oh, he's got some space. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Got it in the middle. It's Durham. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
to throw. It's Nussmeier. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Slings it downfield. Complete downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on first down. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to pass. It's Russell. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it in the middle. It's Miller. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Just enough time for one final play of the half. These corners going to give them some space. To the air on first down. Here's the heat. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
And holding on to the lead, the offense will simply take a knee, and that's how we will wrap up the first half. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. I'm sure the offense happy with that free 5 yards. Now it's 2nd and 5. And with time running out here in the second quarter, the offense just going to take a knee. Don't want to risk disaster here. Make sure you go to the locker room with the lead. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the middle. Lost, the defense is wide open. Big play for this offense as they get into the 32.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
Pulls it in, it's Dura. Turning it on. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They just keep firing. Snagged in the middle, it's Sharp. Touchdown LSU! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. The give on the option.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Under fire. With the catch, it's Miller. Bust through behind his pad. And he's out of bounds, but not before a good, sizable pickup, and that has been a rare sight in this one.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Finds his man, it's Miller. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up. Alabama quickly back to the line. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see it. Stands. And the defense is just about out of room to defend. They are backed up right on the doorstep. trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Looks as if he's going to run it. He's in there for the two-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The corners are walked up tight. Back to throw, it's Ncaa. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed in the middle, it's Sharp. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Brown. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Going to swing it on second down. Finds his tight end. LSU will get a first down.
Pass on second down.
Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
To the air on second down. Throws for the tight end. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And that's just a ball he has to catch. As a tight end, you know you're going to be working the middle of the field all game long, and when you have opportunities like that, man, you got to make them count.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. To the air, it's Ncaa. That's reeled in, it's Anderson. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Rides to back on the option. The give. Touchdown, LSU! job by the back on the option. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Guys, LSU has the lead here. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
And this offense has got to keep pumping it out. Nice job. You get the first down. Nice scramble by this QB, but you're going to put the ball in his hands over and over and over again. You've got to score multiple times. This offense has got to be in hyperspeed.
So now it's 2nd and long.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the...
He's going to let it go. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get...
Throws toward the end zone. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown time.
And the big play starts with the protection up front. This takes a long time to develop. He's going to start all the way on the right side, run all the way across the field, so you got to have protection. He hangs in there, throws the football perfectly. The big play, the big touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. On the move from inside his own 20. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Will run the offense out onto the field. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the tight end. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Got room on the return. And he is taking it all the way out. Touchdown, Bama!
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban's field here on third down. Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. Snagged out of the air. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a fourth down. Possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Wants to go up top on first down. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He wants to throw it again. Now rolling to the left. Caught over the middle. It's Durham. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Keeps it going. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
it.